Hi guys, so today we're going to be going over my plate carrier, finally. It's been a long time in the making this video. I've had a lot of adjustments, you've probably seen on our page. There's been a lot of changes to it, it's had lots of different configurations. But I'm really happy with how it is at the moment. And this is kind of the finished end product of it. So I'm just going to share with you what I've got on it, what stuff I pack into it, what it's used for, some of the key features and the minute details. Just everything that goes into making my plate carrier and why it's so specific to me. Okay, so the first thing is the colour scheme, or the camo. So I wanted the multicam arid because it fits into a lot of the environments that I train in, go to milsim events at. So if you look behind you over there, there's actually some ferns, and it blends in really well with those kind of colours, especially now in the winter. But also in the summer it blends in really well with the meadows when they're a lot more golden, a bit more yellowy. So it blends in really nicely. And then just to separate that, I've got a little bit of multicam all the way around on the pouches and the sack and everything like that. And really that's just to mix in some of those multicams, make it a little bit more concealable and a little bit more harder to place the overall shape of the setup from a distance. As this, I wouldn't label it as a recce setup, but I use it for more recce style applications in milsims and stuff. And this does support my 13.5-inch URGI rifle. So first things first, on the front we do have the Spiritus Systems LV placard. I really like this because it's just really simple, it's elastic, it's lasted me maybe a year and a half now. The retention is perfect and it's stuck with it for a year and a half now. It is getting a little bit worn down, but I don't mind that. And I like how flat it is on the front. I'm not a big fan of bulking stuff out on the front of my carrier, just because if I need to get into the prone position, there's nothing there that's stopping me from getting down as low as I can onto the ground. And it's just a flat surface to lie down onto, and it creates it a little bit more comfortable than having something like the big pouches that some people have on their chest rigs or plate carriers. I've got some Haley strategic retention nubs, I suppose, on the top, just with some shot cord in there, so I can pull them to the side and pull my mags out. Those work really well, great product, I love those, and they work really nice in conjunction to this placard. Just to the side of my placard, if I just tear off a little bit, I've got a carabiner with just some electrical tape there. It's just another good little item to keep on you. You don't know what you've got to tape up, what you've got to reseal. It could be like a ration pack or just a pack of food that you just need to reseal, or a bit off your gear, maybe rips or something, you can mend it a little bit. So that's temporary fixing kit basically. Moving on to the left of that, I've got BFG pouch, again in multicam, and I actually have a Leatherman in here. It's a bit of a snug fit. It is for, I think it's for Glock pouches, sorry, Glock magazines. And this is the Leatherman 300, I believe. It's one of their super tool ranges. And it's just got everything on it for bushcraft, for milsim and stuff. It does have a knife on it. Now, going on a little tangent about knives, before you take a knife or a multi-tool to an event, please contact the event owner or the person who's setting up the event whether you're allowed them, because some places do not allow them. Some of them will allow it for nighttime work, so for lighting fires, cooking, eating, whatever. Some places do allow it, some places don't. At the end of the day, we're in the UK, and knives can be a bit of a difficult subject to cover, but that's all the advice I can really give you. Just get in contact with them, let them know whether you're going to be bringing something like that onto a site, because some people might feel a little bit uncomfortable about that, but please get in touch with people, just let them know that you're going to bring it, or just ask if you're going to bring it. It doesn't hurt. The worst is that they say no, and you just have to bring in something like a sport. Always have a sport. Right, moving along to the left, this used to be my old radio pouch. It's a Blue Force Gear double M4 mag pouch, and I do now have 2 M4 mags in there. Fits really well. It's actually quite nice and trim to the cummerbund. You know, it's not getting in the way, especially when I'm presenting the rifle. My arm goes quite nicely over it, a bit better than retaining the radio. Okay, so now moving just behind the cummerbund, tear it off. we've actually got the Spiritus systems. I want to say Wingman, but I think that's the Ferro Concepts one, but it's just their generic radio pouch. What I like about this is it's got a little tongue on the inside where you can adjust the height to it, because these valve hangs are actually quite small. Really, like, I don't have the extended battery on it just because I didn't need it for today, but they are tiny, and then they've got this massive wham of a antenna. So that's what I like about that. It's, you know, it's adjustable. Anything that's adjustable is perfect, really. Get it on your kit. You can adjust it to whatever specifics you need. The Spiritus systems, they make just the best gear in my opinion. They're premium gear. It's what my plate carrier is. So yeah, trusted brand that I love. So moving round to nearly the back of the cummerbund, it's kind of like a BFG overload on this side of the cummerbund. I've got another BFG GP pouch here, and yeah, really what I store in here isn't a lot. I like to keep it empty, but I do have a Tag 18 smoke grenade in there. But normally I keep that relatively empty, as anything that I've got left over or scavenge or something like that, I can just dump it in there. You know, if it's a mag that's empty, I can dump it in there. Anything really. If one of my teammates loses something and I find it, I can dump it in there. So I use it a bit of a dump pouch, a bit of a trash pouch. So that's what I use that for. Now moving around onto the other side on this cummerbund, I've got the Spiritus Systems GP pouch small. I've had this pouch for a really long time, probably as long as I've had the plate carrier itself. And in the front little pocket here, I've got my comms equipment. So that's just an earpiece, because sometimes if we're wearing like a baseball cap or something like that, I've got to have one ear open to listen to other people that aren't on our comms if we're going to an event. In here, I kind of just dump whatever I can or whatever I need for the day. So today we're actually running a little bit of a winter survival thing with some of our teammates here at Raptor. I've got a little flint and steel. You should always carry one at a Milsim event. Most people are happy with you carrying them. It's one of those things you should probably ask as well. Can I bring a flint and steel? I just think it's better to just ask. There's no harm in that. Then I've got Bally, so this is just face covering. It's quite handy in the winter, keeps your face nice and warm. So you've got that. Then I've got my bundle of chem sticks with my massive rubber band. Best chem sticks ever. I think these are 12-hour long ones. They're Illumiglow ones, I do believe, but these ones are the best ones. Then I've got Right in the Rain. If you don't have a Right in the Rain, you need to go back to school. They are the best notebooks that you can find, as it says on the front cover. You can write it in the rain. Then I've just got Bic pen, and that's about it. It does have, if you look on the inside, it has tie downs. Quite a lot of the time I will loop my flint and steel through that just so I don't lose it, or sensitive items like that. So that covers everything on the cummerbund, everything along the front. Now really just moving on to the sack pouch. This is probably one of my favourite bits of my plate carrier. It's easy to remove because it just velcros in at the bottom. If I need it, take it, fill it with whatever I need, med kit, whatever. If I don't, rip it off, chuck it away. So in the front here, I've got like a little bag of batteries, Allen keys, and then there's a pressure button there for my light. So that's a bag full of miscellaneous stuff. Got a few medi bits in there, stuff at the back and the front. Then in the main compartment here, I've got spare mag, set of warmer mechanics gloves, and I've got battery for my rifle. So yeah, that's what I've got in the front. If it's the summertime, when we run our navigation courses for FTAC, I will often run my navigation kit in there, so that's compass, GPS, whatever, in there. And you've probably seen me run my gloves along the bottom of the tourniquet bit there. So just moving on to the back side really now of the plate carrier. I do have a back panel, so I've got the Mole back panel by Spiritus Systems, and I've dumped a load of pouches on there. You've probably seen it. I've done a little bit of a blog on it before. You guys seem to really be quite interested in that. I think handmade back panels are the best, but at the moment I'm running it with slick because I'm running a ruck or like a flat pack or something. I tend to wear that for F-tack. Sometimes I do fold away my my back panel, but not often. So that's what I've been running at the moment. Do have a carabiner attached to the back. I know it looks a bit random and a little bit out of place, but it is there for a reason, and we will cover that in a different video. Just on the top here, I've got the extra thick Spiritus Systems shoulder pads. Really, I find them perfect, make it nice and comfortable, especially adding weight, because this is the heaviest that my plate carrier has been in a long time. I used to just run a radio pouch and then a GP pouch, that was it, and then run a lot of the stuff on the back. But now I'm starting to expand on the cummerbunds and everything, and build up that weight on the front and just tie it down and stuff. So it does get a little bit heavy. These just make a little bit more comfortable, especially if you've got like a ruck and their pads are riding up on those. Makes your long journey trips a little bit more comfortable, especially being in the woods, especially when it's cold.